Hello there, very good evening and welcome to your Primetime News Bulletin. I'm Shane Silva.
A very good evening, I'm Mahina Bongzo. As usual, we start off with a look at your headlines.
Heavy rains experienced in many parts of the island. Vehicular traffic in Ampara and Batticaloa disrupted. 24 passengers who were trapped in a van which was caught up in flood waters in the Vella Valley Batticaloa area rescued. Several tremors reported from the Vadinagala area in Ampara yet again. And Senior Minister Saratha Amanugama says that many reforms can be expected in the state sector in the future.
Take a look at the stories in detail now. 24 people were rescued from a van that was stuck in floodwaters in the Vella Valley area in Batticaloa this morning.
Those in the van had left the central camp area in Batticaloa at dawn today on a pilgrimage to Anuradhapura. The van reached the Mandur area, which is located around 4.5 kilometers away from the Vella Valley police station. The van was then attempting to travel over a bridge in order to head towards the Batticaloa town. However, since the Navagiri tank had reached the spill level due to heavy rains, the van was caught in the surging flood waters. The Vella Valley police officers rushed to the scene of the incident to rescue the passengers who were travelling in the van. 12 men, 6 women and 6 children were in the van at the time of the incident, and the police were able to rescue all of them.
The heavy showers experienced in the island have affected 78,467 people in the Ampara and Batticaloa districts. Assistant Director of the Disaster Management Centre, Pradeep Kodipilli, says that 77 houses have been destroyed in the two districts, while 157 houses have been partially damaged. Kodipilli also said that a person died from drowning in the Korithivu Pattu area in Batticaloa.
The Batticaloa and Polonnaruwa districts are bearing the brunt of the inclement weather prevalent in the country. Many areas in the Porathipattu Divisional Secretariat area in the Batticaloa district have been inundated not only due to the incessant rains but also due to tanks and reservoirs reaching spill level. According to the News First correspondent in the area, members of the armed forces were aiding those affected by the inclement weather. A section of the Batticaloa town was also inundated, while this was what could be witnessed in the Vandarumulla, Mavadivembu and Eravur areas this morning. All 3 spill gates of the Ampara tank have been opened by 3 feet each. The excess water from the tank has inundated the Ampara-Ingniagala road, thereby inconveniencing motorists. The Suduala village in Ampara was also ravaged by floods. In addition, the Addaluchena and Akkarepattu areas have been affected by floods. Meanwhile, all spill gates of the Parakrama Samudra in Polonnaruwa have been opened by 9 inches each, releasing 1,040 cubic feet of water per second. Therefore, the Gallalla area located in the Batticaloa-Polonnaruwa main road was inundated today. According to our correspondent, several bridges that have been built across the Kudaoya are under 4 feet of water, and this has disrupted vehicular traffic in Arunapura, Diuldamana and Aralagangvilla. The spill gates of the main area tank have also been opened. Furthermore, the spill gates of the Kaudulla tank, which were opened by 9 inches yesterday, have been raised up to 1.5 feet. Thereby, a total of 6,360 cubic feet of water is released from the tank per second. Our correspondent says that farmlands in the Thambarana, Palliyagodalla, Kirimatiya and Vijayapura areas have been inundated. The highest rainfall in the island was recorded from the Ampara district in the past 24 hours, ending at 8:30 this morning. A total of 307.3 millimeters of rain was recorded in Ampara, while 229.2 millimeters of rain was recorded from Batticaloa. According to the Department of Meteorology, 187.3 millimeters of rain was experienced in the Mailamba Valley, while 179 millimeters of rain was recorded in the Rukam area.
Again, the Bay of Bengal area, close to Sri Lanka, has some disturbed conditions I experienced there. So the associated with that, the northeast monsoon conditions, the rainy conditions have activated further, and these rainy conditions will continue to the the eastern and the north central, central province, etc., and also neighboring parts such as Hambantota districts, etc. So the other areas also will experience some, more or less cloudy conditions, and during the afternoon, some places may have some sort of rains, sometimes associated with thunder activity. So, but we don't expect very strong lightning conditions.
The visuals you just witnessed were from a landslide which occurred in the Port Dalgoda area in Theldeniya, Kandy recently. The Newsfest team toured Theldeniya today along with Professor Kapila Dahanayaka, who is an award-winning professor from the University of Peradeniya. Newsfest Stephanie Lazarus filed this special report.
As you can see right now, landslides have wreaked havoc from the 14th of this month from 1:30 p.m. and continues to do so. And as a result, cultivation has been disrupted. 15 families have been issued warning to evacuate the area.
Reserves are relieved, then equilibrium is reached. So for it to move again, it will take a long time, and it may not be dangerous. It will be less dangerous even if it starts to move. ඒක ඇවිල්ලා කල්ලු වෙච්ච නේ පිහිටි ගල. ඒ තියෙන පිහිටි ගල. පිහිටි ගල බිරලා ඒවට දෙයක් හදන්න එහෙම නරකයි ටිකක් ගැට්ට යනකොට හොඳයි.
There are many helpless women in the embassy with broken limbs and medicine on them. I think Sri Lankan women should not be sent to Middle East for jobs.
The anguish of yet another Sri Lankan housemaid. Renuka Herath, who left for Saudi Arabia with the hope of feeding her family, returned to the island last night with the hope of not returning to the Middle East ever again. Tonight we delve deep into Renuka's story.
Renuka Damyanti Herath left Jordan on the 6th of July last year with the objective of finding solutions to the economic woes faced by her family. As many Sri Lankan housemaids, Renuka too left the Middle East to build a house to shelter her family, which she can call her own home. It was not only Renuka's aspirations that tumbled like a pack of cards, there was more to what she lost.
I was working in the kitchen, then I placed the flask on top of a cupboard. That is what I can remember. I don't know what happened. When I regained consciousness, I was in a pool of blood. A part of my finger was on the ground. Another finger was also affected. I shouted, but there was no one at home. They left me to bleed and die for about 2 hours. Thereafter, their neighbor took me to the hospital. I was there for 5 days, but no one came to see me.
Though
the incident took place on the 6th of November, it was no easy task for Renuka to return home.
The embassy didn't say anything. They told me I had cut my fingers and come there. The embassy said that they are requesting for money in order to send me to Sri Lanka. I stayed at the embassy for a long time without medication until my wounds were infected.
The Foreign Employment Services Bureau says that 1.7 million Sri Lankan men and women are currently working abroad in various fields. While over 1 million are working in the Middle East, about 400,000 are working in Saudi Arabia. According to the data available at the Foreign Employment Bureau, 65,000 to 70,000 individuals leave to Saudi Arabia annually to serve as housemaids. Renuka is not the first nor the last Sri Lankan to return to the island after being subjected to torture in the Middle East. At a press conference held yesterday, Minister Patle Champikaranavaka expressed the following views.
විදේශ සේවාව නරක දෙයක් නෙවෙයි. පුහුණුව තියෙන, දැනුම තියෙන පිරිස වලට බොහොම
Foreign employment is not bad. Those who have training and knowledge could be benefited through such employment opportunities. Many Sri Lankans have become successful in this sector. Therefore, I think we all should work with determination without looking for other faults. That is a lesson we learned following the execution of Rizana Nafiq.
අපට ලබා දීලා තියෙන පොහොසත් පාඩම ඒකයි අපි හරියට ඉගෙන ගන්න ඕන.
Earth tremors were reported this morning from areas surrounding Wadinagala in Ampara. The Geological Survey and Mines Bureau said 2 tremors were recorded in the Richter scale. An earth tremor measuring 2.7 on the Richter scale was experienced at around 9:34 this morning, while the second tremor measuring 3.2 magnitude was recorded at around 10:38 this morning. The Geological Survey and Mines Bureau says that the tremors have been recorded at the seismic stations located in Mahakanadarava, Hakmana and Pallekale.
The houses shook. 3 tremors were felt at a stretch. These tremors were stronger than the tremors we felt previously.
Chairman of the Geological Survey and Mines Bureau, MP Vijayananda, said that these tremors were similar to the tremors felt previously in Ampara.
Both tremors recorded low magnitudes on the Richter scale and the tremors cannot cause any harm. The epicenter of the tremors was the Senanayaka Samudra.
Earth tremors were reported from various locations in Ampara district during the past few months. On the 3rd of December last year, 5 officers of the Geological Survey and Mines Bureau commenced tests on the tremors. 3 mobile observation centers and a scale to measure earth tremors were also set up for the tests.
Based on the information we have gathered, it is hard to say if these tremors are due to an earthquake. We are suspecting it to be a tremor caused artificially.
සහ තහවුරු කරගනිමින් සිටින්නේ එය කෘත්‍රිම ක්‍රියාකාරකමන් නිසා පැන නගුණු තත්ත්වයක් විදියට.
However, the chairman of the Geological Survey and Mines Bureau, MP Vijayananda, says that the tests conducted in areas surrounding Ampara have been halted.
They suspect this to have been caused by human activity, but they have not said anything that would ease the people's fear and confusion. For instance, the tanks in the Iginyagala and Jayantapur areas are about to overflow. The tremors could destroy the brunt of the tanks, and this could have an adverse impact on the people. Why isn't the government providing a proper response to the people, especially in an era where there is modern technology to look into such occurrences? We had to delay these tests because of the inclement weather. The team will commence work on Monday to ascertain the reasons for the tremors. Earth tremors reported from Vadinagal in Ampara and surrounding areas. Tests are being carried out into the tremors, Geological Survey and Mines Bureau. A number of tremors reported from the area within a short period of time. The most recent incident was reported today. Earth tremors experienced in areas surrounding Vadinagala yet again. Do officials act immediately on incidents that occur only in the capital and main cities? Why isn't adequate attention being paid to the natural disasters that occur in rural areas?